think I'm logged in and got my agenda. All right, so hello everyone. How are you all doing?
Hi there.
Help yourself to some chips or cookies or whatever if you want. Let's see. Okay, so first up, just randomly in the order in which I put them on the agenda, will be Jordan. Well, actually, I think you asked first. Discussion of the RAC card.
Okay, so everyone, I sent around, or Julia sent around a RAC card that I created for revenge porn. If anyone has any feedback, if you took a look at it, then that would be helpful. If not, then that's okay. My plan is to contact the victim witness program and see if they would stock it for people who come in and are victims. And then see if maybe Doorways would stock it. I don't know what other partners I would potentially find, but
Wow.
Yeah, I looked at it. I
Great.
thought it was great, fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't read it with an eye for editing or checking the website, so I know that. The other thing we can do is, did you do it in Canva?
Mhm.
We can resize it into like Instagram and Facebook size snips too. I can send it out on the Rally Against Rape stuff
oh, that would be great.
online because it's teen dating violence awareness month.
Mhm.
So topically, I think it's a good month to share.
And Project Peace, also, Jordan,
Oh yeah,
I mean, there's overlap with Doorways, but
for sure.
wouldn't hurt to send it to them. They sent something out about the teen.
What about foster care? Are there any nonprofits?
Oh, wait, hang on just a second. I just realized something. I'm so sorry. Kaylee, are you able to take minutes for this meeting?
Yes, I am.
Thank you so much. Just checking.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
Foster care agency or some nonprofits that work with them?
Okay. All right, well, if that's
Okay.
everything, then just send me emails if you catch anything wrong on the RAC card, and Caroline, I will send the Instagramified version to you.
Awesome. Okay, that's great. And that was short and sweet. Before we launch into Women of Vision, I just wanted to check. So we had a very nice invitation from, was it Fairfax?
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
When is that again?
So let's see.
So is that it?
It was for March
What that was.
31st. It was for March 31st. They're doing a reception of sorts. It's at 8:30 in the morning in Weston, however. For all of the area commissions, they're going to give each commission like 2 minutes to talk about what you're doing, but the agenda was like breakfast, overview of what other commissions are doing and get to know each other, that sort of thing. So meet and greet. kind
Right,
of
so
thing.
is one of you gonna speak? at the
I'm a
board
don't know.
invited
She's a
to-
definite no. I'm a don't know. But if you can be a yes,
I will be.
please go ahead.
Yeah.
No.
I already RSVP'd, yes. I was
Oh,
planning
you're
to go.
going?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to speak on behalf of the commission? Oh, you're God.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so as soon as this is over, I will let Lois know. That's wonderful.
Thank you so
Missing
much.
everything.
Selfishly, it was I mean, I think it'll be a great thing, but selfishly, I wanted to reconnect with the other commissions because I don't know who's who and I wanted to.
Oh, then that's
Good.
terrific. Thank you.
Caroline, I'll probably try to go.
Awesome.
I'm also gonna try and go. To Janine, sorry.
We can see you. All right, that is great. Ah, I feel like we'll be well represented. That's fantastic. Okay, super. Next,
Tax season for you.
it is tax season. I mean, like literally I should be at the office now. It's ridiculous, but I'm not, and I'm happy about that. Okay, next, Janine, you are up. How are we doing on Women of Vision Awards?
Oh, we are doing so good. I am calling in from George Washington's Mount Vernon, and I hope you guys can hear me okay because I'm on their Wi-Fi. And I just also wanted to point out that if you didn't know, George Washington's Mount Vernon is owned and maintained by the Mount Vernon's Ladies Association of the Union, a private nonprofit organization. So given the group that we have here and our focus on women, if you don't know, a group of women saved Mount Vernon's house from falling apart, or George Washington's house from falling apart. But that's a story for another time. So I just wanted to go over a few Women of Vision items. Thank you all for, not kicking me out of the commission and bearing with all of my emails and changes. I promise that I have my life together more than it seems via email. So Courtney, am I able to share my screen?
You should be able to. You see where it has that up button?
Yes.
You should be able to hit there you go.
Screen broadcast? Is that what I want to do?
No, it's share.
No, I know it's asking. I'm on my iPad, so it's asking me.
Now, another thing, you can send it to me and I can share my screen if you're not able to get it.
Well, let's see what happens. Can you guys see yourselves?
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Yep, we got it. Great.
Okay, perfect. So this looks a little bit different because, and I can't see you guys, so if you need something, just yell. So this looks a little bit different because I'm on my iPad, but this is the Google Drive folder. And I just wanted to highlight a few things. So under the sponsorships folder, you'll see the sponsorship deck that's changed more times than I've changed my clothes this week. But I think we finally got it right. And thank you all for everyone who's helped to get this to where it is. So this is the sponsorship deck. If you aren't sure if you have the right file, because I know I emailed some other files, I've deleted them from the Google Drive. So this is the source of truth. The correct one has $500 as the highest limit. Since we did such an amazing job, after talking to Julia, we realized that we could not be as aggressive as my initial intentions were. So this should be what you all have if there's anyone that you want to send it to or that's interested. And then we've also drafted, Susan and I, not now, Google, drafted a little cover letter. So you can personalize this, but it just has the basic details. Oh my God, what's happening? Of what's happening, why we're asking for donations and whatnot. So the idea is that you would use this letter, attach the document, and send to whomever might be interested. So that is sponsorships. And then the other thing, let me look at my little notes here, is communications. So we have two different kind of communications that one you guys have been introduced to, and that's the, how do I stop sharing this? Now hold on, I gotta find you guys again. Ooh, okay, there you are. Oh, you guys can see me. Good, because I was probably just like waving my finger in front of the camera. So one of the invitations that you've seen is just a way for us to track and record who is planning to attend, so we can make sure that our, given the new policy, our food budget needs to be as close to possible as with the amount of attendees that we have. And if you don't have an event background, usually if there's a free event and you get 200 people register, it's a safe bet to say that only about 50% of those people are going to actually show up on the night of. So we don't want to order food for 200 and then only have 100 people show up and get our have our numbers thrown off for food. So I'm using Eventbrite to track that, and Kaylee was instrumental in helping me get that connected to our Facebook page. So people can either find us through Facebook, find us through Eventbrite. It's tagged as an Arlington event and some other keywords. So that was in the initial email that I sent a few weeks ago, but I'm going to send you guys all this information tomorrow as well. It's in draft, so be on the lookout for that. So you can go ahead and send that to your neighbors, your different communities that you're part of that are within Arlington, and just really spread the word from that end. And they can go in and register, and that way we'll know if they're coming. And it also gives us a great database on the back end. Even if they didn't show up, we know that they were at least interested in the event, and we can share information with them for future Women of Vision awards. The next,
Janine, when you send us the email tomorrow, will it have the Eventbrite link in it?
you already have the Eventbrite link, but I'm going to include it again.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. And you can also share it on Facebook. So if those of you who are comfortable using Facebook, you can go to the Commission on the Status of Women Facebook page, and under events, it's right there. So you can just share it. You can literally invite people. So if you have different groups that you're a part of on Facebook that allow it, make sure it's within the guidelines of the groups you're a member of, you can share it on there too. Sometimes different groups have like a Marketing Monday or, Self-Promotion Tuesday or whatever. So keep an eye out for those kinds of opportunities if you want to share it on Facebook. And that Facebook and Eventbrite, the Facebook event and then Eventbrite are connected. So even if you send it to them through Facebook or you send it to them through Eventbrite, it's going to do the same information. They're going to get to the same place. Yes, Arbra.
So I'm asking for Marguerite as well as myself. Can I copy the Facebook post and put it on LinkedIn? Will that work? Will the Eventbrite link still work?
You would want to copy the link from Eventbrite into so you can use the same language, but you'd want to copy just the link for the Eventbrite because it's a website.
Yeah.
There's not an event created for LinkedIn. I'm not sure that Eventbrite has that plugin, but that's a really great call out and I can look into it. But even if you can't, you can just grab the Eventbrite link, type out your post like, hey, Commission on Status of Women is having this event. Here's the link, and they can click on it and be redirected to Eventbrite.
Or whoever does the first post in LinkedIn, if you copy the rest of us, then we can just repost.
Exactly.
Our network.
I will do that.
All right, we'll share it, Arbra.
Yes.
Facebook, but in the text in LinkedIn, if you do the @ in front of commission, it'll go right to our also to our website, so people can do the nominations if they've got nominations as well.
Okay.
Do we have a LinkedIn page?
Well, it's dead, but in your post, if you we have a commission website, and you can put it in your post @ Commission on the Status of Women and take it right to our organization's website.
I don't think you can link the website and the Eventbrite.
Correct. I'm doing two. I've got two separate thoughts going.
Okay.
So in one post, we could cover both the event and the nominations call, which is on the website.
Janine
I don't.
They can.
If you put a link in instead of the @ thing, so if you put the Eventbrite in first, so that'll pop up and populate, and then you put our website in as a link, then it might work. I don't know.
Or vice versa. Put the Eventbrite in as a link. Then in your text, if you do something about the call for nominations is also open @ Commission on the Status, it'll go right to our website page.
Okay, I'll figure it out. If need be, I can do 2 posts. Right now, we want to get nominations.
Right, that seems
Right.
Correct. Yes.
Absolutely.
Dad, can we give it Narcan or anything, or is there any hope for it?
We could always just set up another one.
Yeah, it just takes somebody to, kind of manage it, and I don't even think whoever that was is on the commission anymore, so.
Womp womp. Okay, yeah, so some magic will happen on LinkedIn, and we'll make sure to get the word out on that end. The next thing is I'm doing this through MailChimp as a platform, and so I'm going to invite you guys. It's an invitation, but it also has the nominations because I don't know if Caroline or Arbra said it's point, we are desperately looking for nominations right now. We want to make sure that we get as many people notified about this. So tomorrow I'm sending out a big push to Courtney was able to get me the Civic Association list, community organizations, as well as the employee resource groups for the county, which will be great for our government category. And then that just builds onto the list that we already had populated. Sorry, was someone saying?
Janine, that's so funny. So Brian had offered that to me as well, so I was thinking that I was gonna need to do that. I'm excited that you're gonna do it. Would you be willing to just, can we collaborate on whatever you're gonna send out to them?
Yeah, it's what you already looked at.
Okay, awesome. All right.
Yeah, and I think you were on the email. Sorry, I thought you were on the email that when court.
You
I thought
can't count on me actually reading every email that comes to me these days. Unfortunately, it's like a fire hose. There's so much email coming in and I have so little time to actually look at emails. I'm really sorry.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah, so it's the MailChimp invite that we looked at after we met last week with the nomination and then the information on the event.
Okay, perfect.
Yep, and I had made the edits you sent over.
I didn't realize that was going to the Civic Association's list, so, okay, very good.
Let's connect.
I mean, I don't know.
My idea was that would go to everyone because it is just general information on nominations and the event. But you and I will connect offline, and unless I will send that to everyone unless there's something different that comes out of that conversation. The last thing that I had was we're gonna need, I know I had sent you guys a calendar hold from like 4 to 9. I just made up times. But now we're getting closer to the event. We're gonna need definitely people to help set up and break down. So think about like what your schedule typically looks like on a Monday and look for a pleading email from me to get volunteers to help with the setup, which will be sometime before 7 o'clock. I'll get with Caroline to see about what that typically looks like and what she needs help with. And then breaking down, many hands make light work. But we'll need some help breaking down and get everything back loaded out of AED space as well. So just wanted to put that in your minds. That was a lot of information, and I know I'm talking really fast. So does anyone have any questions?
Just an aside, Janine, are we talking tomorrow?
I owe you an email as well. I am also.
I wasn't trying to put you on the spot for that.
No.
Okay.
I will look at my calendar.
The weekend is fine also if you'd rather do it over the weekend.
Okay, I will definitely respond back to you soon.
Okay. And the weekend would be even better because Dominion is going to turn our power off tomorrow 10 to 3. So
okay.
The computer will die.
I'm going to see some Dominion people at the event I'm at. Do you want me to have words with them?
No, that's okay. Thanks. They're doing some work on the block. So.
Right.
All right. Any other questions?
I might have missed this, but is it going to be sent out in the Arlington County email that goes to everybody?
The newsletter.
Okay.
That's how we got a number of new nominations last year. People who had never heard of it before was because Brina put it in the newsletters for us.
She was going to put it inside Arlington. She also said we can send to the Twitter team, the county as well. So,
well, I think if I'm not mistaken, Courtney, it already was in Inside Arlington once, and she's going to try and make it a headline for Inside Arlington before the nominations close.
I read Inside Arlington, and I don't recall seeing it.
She's going to feature it prominently the next time.
So, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we probably were like in the weeds at the bottom, like just the links.
Gotcha. Okay. That's great.
And Zinnia had also sent it out to sent out our like nominations are open press release. I just changed the dates from the last year, from last year's press release that to Arl Now and some of those organizations. So we can ping them again too to make sure that they are getting it out.
Oh, I wonder if she could go ahead and send it to the Sun.
Yes, the Sun Gazette was on there.
Thank you.
I shut down last week, didn't
They did?
Close.
I?
What?
Yeah, I read on All Now that the Sun Gazette stopped, and they hired over, somebody else hired away their like 3 staff.
I'll be done.
Well, listen, I'm already making sure that's.
All right, I do see it inside Arlington.
You did?
It's the bottom bullet point.
See how I missed it.
Which is fine, but it also features a local author who won some prestigious national awards, and I hope to God somebody nominates her. I've asked like a bunch of people.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even make that connection.
I feel like it's really lame if we don't.
It was just
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
no, our
yes,
announcement.
It's in the same one. The email is free rides on art for transit equity.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's the bottom bullet point. It says,
So you fell asleep before you got down to our point.
yeah, it's not the bottom because it's above around Arlington, but it
But
says
still,
improve lives and opportunities for Arlington residents, especially women and girls for the 2023 Women of Vision Awards.
thank you.
Right.
All right.
All right.
Okay, any other questions? Any other feedback? Any other people need me to bug Dominion about anything?
Janine, we had mentioned the bids. Are we going to talk about inviting them, just to invite them, or will this be part of the blanket invitation to the?
Yep, they're on the list that the county has sent me, and I have their contact information too.
Okay.
But I noticed that they were on the list that Bryna had provided.
Okay, great. Good.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Janine.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Janine. Great job.
Yay.
Thank you. I'm sorry to miss you guys tonight, but
Yeah.
I'm leaving now.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. All
It's a
right.
nice night to be
Yeah.
at Mount Herman.
Read all my emails tomorrow, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Well, I feel like that is really forging ahead, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Susan, would you like to brief us on any developments with the?
Sure, we are moving. We're still trying to figure out the best place to hold the event. We have, thanks to Courtney, we have the central library right now. But Meg and I were talking and we were thinking maybe a community center. So Arlington Mills, where we had our retreat. Trouble is, it's a bus route, no metro, but there are rooms available. And I think April is when we can reserve that. So she's also looking, I had suggested maybe George Mason. So she's talking with Tony Andrews there.
Okay.
And so maybe. So we'll
What's wrong with the Central Library?
They close at 8. See, that's the thing. We would have preferred something 7 to 9.
Oh, okay.
So
Fair.
we're just, seeing they're unfortunately not extending their hours for the spring or summer. So in any event. Then the possibility of just bringing in another nonprofit to sponsor, co-sponsor, in terms of bringing in some of their membership or networking links of Arlington. And they might be honed into one age group, but I think you never know, networking and word of mouth, how far that would extend. And Meg and I are talking to one of the panelists Monday, Aisha, the woman with the extension service. And she has a very interesting angle. I might have mentioned this before, working with hacking schemes and scams, how it undermines any age group. So she might be addressing that, but we're going to flush that out. And then we'll talk to Tara and Karen again, try to really narrow down how it fits into the whole picture. So by next month, I hope to have a better breakout. Mark was very helpful when we were talking in terms of just trying to pick the best approach from each speaker, speak to their strengths, or from their strengths.
Susan, I have a question.
Yes.
Especially given my conversation with Bryna, which was really eye-opening and thought-provoking in a good way. Are any of the speakers people of color?
Tara.
Yes, Tara, right. And Karen,
I don't know
I'm
Karen.
not sure if she's Hispanic, but
Oh, she is? Okay.
I'm not sure. Rosales, head of the credit union.
Can you just do a little research and?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tara definitely is.
Tara is.
What is
right.
Aisha's last name?
Salazar. Don't know.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we're not unintentionally not being representative,
Oh, no, that we had tried, but
Awesome.
yeah, so Tara's a given, and Karen, and Ann Summers, the financial planner, is probably Caucasian, so. Well, that's basically it.
Okay. Does anyone else have questions for Susan?
Sorry, because I've missed a couple
No,
meetings. Do
that's
we
okay.
have, is there a date or are we just still?
Oh, yeah, June 6th,
June
Tuesday,
6th?
right,
Tuesday, okay.
yes. And again, we'll firm up the time, but we tried to get a Saturday, but it's hard to get people to commit to the weekend.
Worst case scenario, could we, I know it's so awful to do it during dinner hour, but could we do it like 6 to 8?
We could if we need to,
Okay,
yeah.
just,
I know, then the issue of childcare and do they go home? I know, it's tough. Either way, you're caught at one end, I know. Do you think that would be better in terms of get people before they go home? Or?
it's so hard to know.
I know, that's the problem, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could ask some of your contacts that you have now with your intended audience.
Right, what they,
So,
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
informally, yeah.
all right.
If it's at the library, we won't have food or?
Well, we're
Well,
not
we-
going, where people can bring
We can bring.
things, yeah,
So,
but we're not
Okay.
like catering dinner.
Right, but just even snacks.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
yeah, I think they allow it in that room.
Yeah,
we've
they
eaten-
do, now that you mention it.
Yeah.
We've eaten
Yeah.
in there before.
Yeah, they've had
Right.
potlucks.
Yeah.
They've had potlucks
Right.
before.
Is there a strong feeling one way or the other about time? Does anybody think 6 is better than 7?
I mean, so Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday tend to be the days that people are working in their office, if they have that kind of job where they
Right.
work in the office, so I don't know, 6:30 to 8,
Yeah.
then it would be on their way home.
Mm-hmm.
I who knows, nobody
Yeah.
knows.
I know.
Yeah, it's a guessing
It
game.
is.
You
it
really
is.
don't know.
We were thinking it probably would be an hour and a half anyway, so I think we'd have flex on one or the other.
Or 6 to 7:30.
Yeah, right.
I think that, again, it's just a personal feeling, but I think 6 is hard for people, for a number of people, I should say, just because it's that time when sometimes you haven't left the office yet. If you do, it might be because of childcare and whoever's picking up the evening. I mean, 6 o'clock is just so close to the end of the workday.
Yeah, it is.
It's true, that's when like daycare closes. and
Right,
Extended day
right.
closes.
So a half hour
Maybe
later
to
might.
6:30, could
6:30 to
something
8.
like that.
Yeah, 6:30 to 8.
Because you don't want it to run too late either, or then people
No.
will get turned off by the
Exactly.
end time.
6:30, 8:30 is not bad, and you can use the last half hour for networking or asking the panelists
Yeah.
questions or things like
If we
that.
get the community center.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
I would advertise it as only being an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yes,
that
know.
Right.
2 hour, people
Yep.
are like, oh.
I know.
Sounds like a bigger commitment.
Exactly. No,
So even
exactly.
if you let people stay and network, I would just
Right.
market it as
Yeah.
an hour and a half.
Right, that's what I think we'll do.
Okay. So next on our agenda is approval of the minutes. Did anyone have any, first of all, was there anyone who is not yet ready to approve minutes and didn't have a chance to review them and, anything like that? Are we good having a vote?
I sent Kaylee some edits, nothing major. One was just a typo and the other one was my name.
Oh, that's important.
Well, I'm not picky about it, but it's like referenced as Caroline Romano on the top, but then it's Commissioner Gary throughout, so somebody might not be able to figure out who that's talking about.
Right,
But I sent those to her in a document, so we
okay,
don't have to go through it line by line.
okay. Did anyone else have comments on the minutes? Concerns?
I think my name is Jordan Stevens.
Again?
Yeah.
Didn't that happen before? Okay.
Yeah.
Kaylee, would you be willing to take a look at Jordan's name and make a correction if necessary?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have the ability, can Courtney pull them up on the screen and we can just do this right now and,
Oh, it just got.
like make the edits
Oh,
and?
it's okay, because she can make this kind of edits even if we approve.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just kind of like typographical issues, that's okay. We can approve it subject to those
Okay.
corrections. So, all right, so let's just go ahead and take a vote. let's just go ahead and take a vote. All those in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, the ayes have it and minutes are approved. Thank you, everyone. It's great. And thank you so much, Kaylee, for drafting them. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
You know, the issue with Jordan's name, maybe that's in the template, so maybe you need to change the template. And maybe that'll just take care of it too for the future. Okay, did anyone have anything that wasn't on the agenda that you'd like to discuss or events you want to tell us about or anything?
I have one, this is just a little bit of a random thing, but I recently met a really amazing Arlington woman who runs a nonprofit called the Queck Society. It's spelled Kwek. And she's Native American and it's focused on ending period poverty for Native American women throughout the country, but including Arlington, and she lives in Arlington. So I said, you should come speak at one of our meetings. Wow, that's someone else that should be nominated. Too bad commissioners can't nominate people.
I know.
Anyway, so I just sort of wanted to float that, and you know, we're the latest that we've heard from Arlington Public Schools about getting period products is that they're working on it. They're still not in the bathrooms, but they're working on it. So Barbara Cannonen did say they have a plan and it should be in place by the end of the school year. So I think we just need to be vigilant. And by we, I mean me. I'll keep asking my kids.
Unbelievable.
So anyway, in light of that, I thought it's because we talked about it, I thought she would be a neat person to come speak, maybe, I don't know, in the fall or something.
That sounds great.
Sure.
I mean, Courtney, would you be willing to help coordinate like scheduling?
Yeah, it'd be wonderful. Just to make sure we don't schedule her on top of another speaker.
Okay, yeah, I'm having lunch with her, so I'll just say, you know, again, would love to have you join one of our meetings. I mean, she can join anytime, so maybe she can just sit in and then.
Okay, yeah, just.
At a future time, come as a speaker. Sounds good.
I'm just curious where you met her. Was it?
I was introduced to her by this, because I'm doing this girls empowerment work now. So I've been introduced to all these amazing women around the country, and she just happens to be local. I mean,
So it's a national nonprofit, but she's based here?
Right, she's based here. She runs it on the side. She's an immigration attorney as her day job, but she founded and runs this organization.
But there's not like an Arlington chapter or something?
No,
it's just she's doing national work.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's for everyone.
Okay.
Well, that is great. Do we have, I know we had at least one nomination already for women in vision. Do you know?
We've gotten, I think 3 or 4.
Well, that's a start.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna go wild after Shanice.
Oh, yeah.
sure, absolutely, yeah.
I've got a lot of, well, I know that our neighborhood association president, like anytime he gets anything from the county that he's supposed to distribute, he just always automatically does. So I'm guessing there are probably others who will as well, you know, just send it out to the listserv if they have one.
Yeah, are we getting it out in maybe like Spanish language or even the Amharic?
That would be pretty cool. Do we have the ability to get our materials translated?
I would have to ask.
So, okay, Arlington doesn't do that, but APS does. Like you know this, everything that Arlington Public Schools sends out is in English and Spanish, but I guess the county it's not there yet.
I can ask Bryna. I would imagine so through communications. That she probably, like, I know our stuff, human rights, we have our own in-house person kind of does it because he happens to know Spanish. But I can follow up with Bryna and ask her.
The other thing too is APS on our distribution list. Since we're doing a mass mailing, we should make sure APS is on it. Because, you know, a couple of years we've had teachers be nominated, and actually we had one win one, so. so when they go to then distribute, so that people will know for the teacher perspective, they'll translate it in Spanish, and it'll get out that way.
Yeah, what about, Arlington Education Matters, it's like a group on Facebook, I think somebody from the teachers union.
Yeah.
I don't know, moderates it or does a lot of stuff. But yeah, I think the teacher angle is a good one.
Would you be willing to post it in that group? Are you on Facebook much?
I try not to be, but I can.
I got out of that group.
I think I left it too, actually. There were just too many
Really?
posts.
I
Yeah.
can't handle it. Yeah, well, I dropped out of everything during the pandemic, pretty much, and I've gotten a little bit back in now. Mostly it's all focused on Wakefield at the moment, as you might imagine. But yeah, how do I do that? Do I just share the post off?
Yeah, you could just share the
on the
post.
commission on the sets.
If you go to our post, right, and then you hit share, then you can share it to, you just like sharing it to a group. And then if you're in that group, it'll let you type that in and it'll pop up.
I can do that too, to my, like maybe, but this week, I'm just trying to think who I can share it with that's not, you know,
Yes,
it's the same old.
right, same old.
Same old zip code.
Right, exactly. Yep.
Well,
Well,
they're off in the southeast.
Mhm.
Spread your wings in the southeast.
Mhm.
I mean, we should send it to like I should send it to somebody at like Randolph or something.
Actually, I could ask I have a friend in Douglas Park, ask her to circulate it, which is still not really southwest, which is where I'd like to go, but.
And for any winners that, previous winners that we have their email address, we should send it to them.
Yeah, Janine had asked me for that. All I have is from last year.
Mm.
That was the last, so, I don't have the previous people, but I can send that to Janine.
I'll ask somebody to share it with like the Randolph PTA, and they translate everything.
Well, at least the last year, Courtney, that'll work.
Yeah.
I'm not committing because I'm a little overwhelmed at the moment, but I'm sure that buried in the nomination forms, I've got previous winners' contact info, but I don't know. I'll see what I can do.
That would be cool. Maybe you could.
But I'm not committing.
Search your email for their name.
I'm committing.
Okay.
No, I know the names, but I know it would be on the nomination form. It wouldn't be on the.
But I mean, you may have been party to emails that went to them. No. Okay.
That would be way back when I was doing what Janine's doing. That wouldn't hurt, but I'm not going back that far right now. I don't have time for that.
Okay. Thank you for not adding nonsense. Okay. So it would be good, if you do find a list, that'd be awesome. I just made a note to myself to ask Stephanie Clifford and Marissa Peacock if they happen to have lists, but you don't have an old list of email addresses anywhere?
I doubt it. Truth be told, I'm always steered clear of all the,
Yeah. So selection committee would have all of that, and different people were on the selection committee, usually not the chair. The chair was not overburdened with also having to be on selection committee unless we just didn't have enough people.
yeah, Katie might, she was the head of it the last time I did it, and we squabbled over some of the language in that. And then I decided I wasn't doing the nomination committee anymore.
Or if either of you are in touch with Jill Cayasso, would she still have it or no? I don't even know.
We never made an official list.
Yeah.
So it would only be the list for that year that you were doing the communicating, you know what I mean?
I do.
So.
Okay.
I know I said this last time, but the CSW email box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll check there again. Yeah, because it's got some folders I haven't looked at.
Or look in the sent mail.
Well, it doesn't go back that far, that's the thing. But there's some other folders I remember.
And usually when we're sending these, we don't bother to wait to send them from the CSW box. It just goes from whoever on the selection committee offered to be the communicator, right?
I bet Marissa Peacock had them.
Okay, well, I'll ask her. They're probably so sick of me asking them for things, but I will ask. Okay. Does anyone else have any other announcements or things that you want to talk about? This might be the magical meeting where we can wind up early and everyone get home.
Oh my goodness.
Caroline, don't forget to do a LinkedIn post on Rally for Rape too.
just
Yes.
downloaded LinkedIn onto my phone. It's the first step, it's a big step for me. Y'all are all afraid of everything else, LinkedIn scares the Jesus out of me.
I have LinkedIn on my phone, but that's the only thing I'll
I don't want my boss is a real.
Okay, you know what? We're closing the meeting, so.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm like, I don't